Going out of town when you don't have a pet sitter can be stressful, and many times people choose to board their pets at a kennel, trusting that whomever you pay to care for your beloved pet will take good care of them. But what if they don't, and your pet ends up neglected, hurt, or worse? So who does keep an eye on and regulate boarding kennels in Florida, and specifically Leon County, to make sure that the facility meets safety and health standards and complies with animal care regulations? As it turns out, in short, no one. I sat down with Ralph DeMeo, attorney at law, to talk about this shocking lack of oversight that can potentially put pets in danger. In July, I did a story about a Tallahassee man, Brandon Fabosi, seeking answers after he picked up his dog, Jack, who was boarded at a local kennel and found him in a rapidly declining state.
You could see every bone in his back legs. Like, there was nothing there anymore. No muscle, no fat. I mean, it just looked like fur stretched over his skeleton.
He says the girl working there said Jack hadn't eaten for the entire week he was boarded, yet no one called to inform Fabosi about Jack's condition, which constituted a medical emergency.
I was just worried about him all night.
Jack couldn't walk when he was picked up from the kennel, and the next day had to be put to sleep. Fabosi posted on the Nextdoor app to tell other pet owners about his experience with the kennel. His post garnered hundreds of responses, many claiming alleged neglect under that same kennel's care. His heartbreaking story begs the question, how does a pet owner know if the kennel they're taking their animal to is properly licensed and that the facility meets safety and health standards and complies with animal care regulations? I asked Ralph DeMeo. For 40 years, he's been an animal lawyer and advocate in Florida and is active with the City of Tallahassee Crimes Animal Task Force.
Unfortunately, there are no state laws that require registration of animal boarding kennels, and there are only a handful of local governments in the state that require a specific license or regulate such activities, and Leon County and the City of Tallahassee do not.
DeMeo says anyone can open a boarding kennel in Leon County. All they need is an occupational license, which is easily obtained. And the facility needs to be in an area that is zoned for such an activity. Other than that, they're good to go, and there are no specific regulations for these kennels. So why is this a problem?
It's a problem because there are a number of abuses that end up in animal injury and death.
DeMeo says while there is no entity that regulates boarding kennels in Florida or Leon County, there are a few counties in Florida that have stepped up to try to better regulate kennels. He says Miami-Dade County, Palm Beach County, Levy County, and a couple of others have varying degrees of regulations.
But in terms of intense regulation that makes it necessary to meet qualifications, even those ordinances are not that strong, and they need to be strengthened.
Kate McFall is the Florida State Director of Humane World for Animals. She calls implementing ordinances to protect animals, businesses, and consumers common sense.
I think it would be a great idea to pass a city and county ordinance, common sense ordinance that would add some oversight for boarding kennels. It would help protect our four-legged family members. And honestly, I think businesses and pet parents both would agree.
She says many people are surprised that such protections aren't currently in place. So where does a pet owner turn if they suspect neglect or a safety issue?
If there are abuses, it would fall within the general animal cruelty laws, of which there are state statutes and there are local ordinances, both county and city. So I would start with animal control, which is located at the animal service centers, but there's limited authority for them to act. They may come out and investigate, they may issue a civil citation, but they don't have criminal enforcement authority.
He goes on to say that if it's a serious problem, you'd have to report it to either the Leon County Sheriff's Office or the Tallahassee Police Department. If it's a particularly severe case of cruelty, it will be investigated and possibly charged. But he says there aren't a lot of resources to pursue that fully. According to the state animal cruelty statutes, if an animal in your care is harmed and it reaches the definition of cruelty, there can be criminal charges brought, or in some cases, civil charges.
I think what is more likely to result in bringing people accountable is civil charges, which is going to the animal control officer and seeing if they will investigate and issue a civil citation, or in the appropriate cases, hiring a lawyer and bringing a civil lawsuit for negligence, failure to adhere to the standard of care, etc.
So what is the first line of defense for any pet owner when choosing a kennel?
I would avoid kenneling my animals under any circumstances. But if you have no choice, then you just have to thoroughly investigate the kennel, visit it, ask them if they have a veterinarian on call, ask them what their practices are for notifying you. If you have a dog or cat that has special needs, make sure they're aware of those. But other than that, there's only so much you can do.
I reached out to the city of Tallahassee and Leon County about the need for boarding kennel regulations and if there are any discussions in local government about creating any regulations. Kara Aldridge, director at Leon County Animal Control, responded, saying in part, Leon County takes animal welfare seriously, though complaints against boarding kennels are very rare. With our law enforcement partners, we help enforce state and local animal welfare laws and investigate complaints, and we encourage unincorporated residents to report any concerns about an animal's treatment, even if it's at a boarding kennel, to Leon County Animal Control. Regarding regulation, Leon County does not have a county-specific licensing program for boarding kennels. Erica Leckington, the Animal Services Manager at Tallahassee Animal Services, also responded, saying everyone must comply with Florida law and local ordinances regarding animal welfare, and we take our role in helping to ensure this very seriously. While we can't regulate, the city's animal control officers do investigate. This includes at boarding kennels, although very rarely do we receive concerns about the few located within city limits. We strongly encourage residents to report any concerns to the appropriate authorities.